Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in to the channel. It's now Tuesday afternoon, and whoa, baby, this story I've been waiting for a while, and I kind of had a little ahead knowledge that this might be happening, but we all know Toys R Us went out of business in 2017, 2018. They announced bankruptcy and then closed all of their stores over the course of 18 and 19. They didn't even make it to the pandemic. If they couldn't make it before then, man, imagine what would happen to them during the pandemic. But anyways, they closed up. They were all completely out of business during the pandemic. The rest of the stores finished closing in 2020, 2021. And now Macys, which has been selling Toys R Us on their website for the last months or so, is opening Toys R Us back up inside of many of their stores, ranging from 1,000 square foot of space up to 10,000 square foot of space inside of some of their flagship stores like New York, LA, Chicago, Atlanta. Some of the bigger locations will be reopening up to 10,000 square feet. Toys R Us is back. Say it with me. All the millennials, all the people who were born in the 80s and 90s are going to absolutely love that announcement. Hooray. So I think it's best. Let's just go take a look, because some of the biggest websites in the world had some awesome stories about Toys R Us and some memories about it reopening. I mean, what better news just before fourth quarter, right? Who's excited about that? Leave it in the comment section below. Do you think you'd be able to go back in there and source again, like retail arbitrage, or maybe just for gifts? Or what do you think about Toys R Us opening back up? I can't wait to hear from all of you, especially most of you in my age range, like the 30 to 40-year-olds. If you're in your 30s, probably the main store that we grew up on, and including KB Toys, but Toys R Us was the big boy, right? They were always there, and to see them crash after 70 years was pretty shocking. So for us to see them reopening is probably pretty exciting, and can't wait to see what you guys think about it down in the comments. And with that, let's go over and take a look at the stories showing what the Toys R Us reopening is gonna look like. Let's thank the sponsor of today's video, my reseller genie, Paul and Faith. They have the best accounting and inventory control software that helps you track your sales, profits, expenses, and even your estimated tax bill, along with tracking your inventory, all from one place. And you can access it anywhere you have an internet connection. They have 2 great plans available, and make sure you check them out in the link in the description below and use the code to save 15%, Rockstarflipper 15. Okay, so this story is by Andrew Jung out of the Washington Post, and there it is, Toys R Us. That's the store, we all remember it. And they actually opened in 2018 2 stores that were post-bankruptcy brick and mortar stores to try to come back, but it didn't work because of the pandemic, like I said. The Toys R Us and the mascot, Jeffrey the Giraffe, are trying to make another brick and mortar comeback ahead of holiday seasons after the brand filed for bankruptcy and shuttered all of its 800 stores in the US 4 years ago. From this month through mid-October, the brand is opening shops inside of every Macy's store in the United States. Macy's said in its news release Monday, the Toys R Us shops will start at 1,000 square feet. It can be 10,000 square feet at flagship locations. Of course, that's Atlanta, Chicago, Honolulu, Houston, LA, Miami, New York, San Francisco, and San Jose. The industry trends that contributed to Toys R Us's initial downfall are still in place. Even though consumers have been buying more and more toys every year in terms of dollars since 2019, a research firm said the purchases increasingly happen online. We know that, Amazon, obviously. Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy in 2017, worn down by nearly $8 billion in debt and growing competition from online rivals. 2 years later, it tried to come back, which is when they revived their website and opened those 2 stores in Houston and Paramus, New Jersey. The pandemic had other ideas. By January of 2021, the 2 reopened stores were closed. So that was a year after the pandemic basically started. The online stores were kept open. I don't know if any of you shopped on those. You can tell me in the comment section. Last December, it opened a new flagship store at the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey, but the mall has run into financial distress. Of course, all malls have. I mean, that was probably a bad idea to open it in a mall to begin with, but the rent was probably cheap, so I'm assuming why they did it. In August, under new ownership, WHP Global owns them. They're the brand management that bought the controlling stake in Toys R Us in March last year. The toy seller embarked on a new e-commerce partnership with Macy's. At the time, they pledged to open brick and mortar Toys R Us shops at 400 of the locations in 2022. This year, the marriage has resulted in increased toy sales for Macy's and new life for Toys R Us. Macy's cannot wait to bring the Toys R Us experience to life in our stores. That's Nada DeVere, that's Macy's Chief Merchandising Officer, adding that the customer response has been incredible. I bet they do pretty well this Christmas season. You think they will? In 1987, the best paid CEO in the United States was Charles Lazarus, who was the founder and leader of Toys R Us. He received $60 million in 1987. I mean, that was literally 35 years ago. The guy was getting $60 million. That's probably like $100 million in money now. After serving the Army during World War II, the district native started a baby furniture store, reasoning that the ensuing baby boom would make child-related retail a success, and he soon found out selling toys made for better business. He lived long enough to see Toys R Us file for Chapter 11 protection, dying in 2018 at the age of 94. So Charles not alive anymore. I think I did a story about him passing, but here is the Toys R Us reopening in Macy's store. So you guys think they'll be successful? You think they're going to fail? Tell me more about it down in the comment section, and we'll have to wait and see how they do between now and October, fourth quarter, through the Christmas season. Of course, I'll do update videos letting you know how their sales ended up whenever they do earnings reports, in the first part of 2023 or whatever they end up doing with WHP Global. So Macy's trying to help Toys R Us survive, and as always, I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. It helps the algorithm, turns the thumb blue, and I really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You won't miss future videos on reselling news, retail, and other interesting stories that you don't want to miss. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.